welcome to Cascadia Hockey, where we talk all things hockey in the Northwest. My name is Corey Gaston. With me, as always, is founder, president, CEO, and omnipresent super being of Buried Puck Threads, Aaron Piper.
Yo, yo, yo.
Aaron's in the house, along with, as always, our trepidatious mother pucker, collector of all things puck-related.
Hi.
Kyle Houts.
Yay.
How's everybody doing this week?
Doing well, man.
Fantastic.
The weather's beautiful today.
Does it feel like playoffs to you?
No, it does not feel like playoffs.
It doesn't feel like playoffs
all.
to me either in this like drought that we're in, this 2 days without.
Oh my God, man.
I'm just gnawing.
It's only been 2 days because
Right, I know, right?
It's felt like a month.
Yeah. And I was mistaken. I thought Game 7 was tonight, so I was all excited.
Oh, no.
Because if you go into the NHL app and you just hit the little scores button,
It pulls up the next game.
Right, it immediately pulls it up. Well, during the regular season, it's usually showing you what's happening today.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool. And then everybody's like, 2 days without hockey. I'm like, what the fuck are you people talking about? It's on Thursday.
Yep.
I don't like that.
No.
However, there is hockey going on tonight. Game 4, WHL finals are going on tonight in Everett.
Yes, sir.
So for all those that say there is no hockey, that's not exactly true. It's less accessible hockey available to most of us.
Well, I mean, we are a Northwest podcast, so we're
Right.
rocking the Northwest, and so it is accessible to us.
Right.
So, but we're having fun with all that. But I mean, like, I'm happy with the Caps where they're sitting.
Yes.
That was a good win in my opinion. So I'm
Yes.
happy with that.
Pens are out. And
that is a good thing.
the other good news about the
I don't want
NHL
to be a hater,
playoffs.
but I am. I
Yeah.
so much am.
The other good news about the NHL playoffs is nobody else for the rest of the playoffs is going to get licked.
Thank God.
Did you see the tweet? So after they got knocked out, Montreal Canadiens tag Brad Marchand,
Yeah.
and they're like, hey, we're pretty sure that licking on the golf course is frowned upon as well. And then Marchand tweets back, yeah, weren't you guys out of the playoff running like in October? Yeah, so it started to become this whole thing.
Yeah.
Brad did come out, was it yesterday or today, and said, yeah, I should probably knock that shit off. So that was a direct quote from his Twitter.
But what's next? What's the weird shit he's going to do next?
I
don't
embrace
know.
it. I don't mind the
Is he going to
weirdness.
come out with like...
Biting ears? Is he going Mike Tyson on everybody?
Hey, you know what? If you can get through the helmet, that takes talent.
For real.
Just gnawing on players like he's a beaver.
I love how that
And
guy
all his players are like, it's just how he agitates people.
I love how he embraces the villain role, thoh. I mean, did you watch him at the All-Star
Oh,
game this
yeah,
year?
dude.
Being booed and then just, throwing his hands in the air.
He
Come on,
knows.
bring it on, bring
He
it
knows.
I was one of the reasons I like him. I really do like that.
Yeah.
I don't mind that Conor McGregor dickheadedness.
on. Oh, man. Oh,
So here's my thing, though.
That's
like,
an extreme version of what I'm talking about. though.
Right.
Yeah, but there's a line, and the only profession that I can think of where licking another person in the workplace is allowed is pornography.
Yeah.
I don't know where it would be like acceptable in a professional level. Like,
Right. Right. Uh-oh, here we go.
Corey's got his
Corey's-
hand up.
Well, you know what? Still falls under the pornography thing, I think. But I was like, there's got to be a taste tester for like body glitter. Some factory in Taiwan.
Oh, my God. Oh,
Just-
my God.
Dusting each other.
Sign me up.
That's not bad.
Quality control.
Whatever, you
maybe
got to
that's-
work with a guy that looks like me.
Maybe that's what Marchand does in the off season.
Maybe. Yeah.
He's just like, you know what, guys, I'm already checked out.
He's
Like,
just
I
getting
don't
ready
give a
for
shit.
it.
Don't
Yeah.
you golf, Brad? No, I got places to be.
I got to
Sorry,
take it to
I just got to
Taiwan.
get there. I just got to get there. Oh, my God. I don't know how we
Take it to
started
Thailand?
off on this. That's so
Welcome to the off the rails portion of Cascadia Hockey.
Just wanted to get that one out of the way.
Get that out of our system.
Well, before I wanted to jump into Kyle's got a big pile of hockey pucks in front of him. I do. Pocky hucks, I
Yes, he
almost said.
does.
Jesus.
Whatever you want to call him.
So you've got a fine little selection of your enormous collection, right?
Here's the cool part.
What do we got in there?
Before we even start with this, I've got a couple to give to you each.
Oh.
I'll tell you the story behind them.
I love it. Dedicated to those who serve.
So when
rad.
I played in Germany,
These are ours to keep?
yeah, you may keep
Oh,
those.
sweet. Thanks, dude.
When I played in Germany, we had a tournament that was pretty much called the tournament. This is my time to shout out the Wiesbaden Vikings team that I loved and played with in Germany.
Beautiful.
This was the tournament. It was in Garmisch-Partenkirchen, down in Bavaria. We played this tournament on it was like the 1936 rink.
Okay.
Winter Olympics, when Hitler was in power, kind of thing. So, the view was amazing. Like the mountains and everything about this tournament was amazing, and it's definitely an unforgettable experience. Big tournament full of militaries, not just American. Obviously, it was like I think we played against like Austrian, German, Italian militaries. Like it was a very, very special tournament. So, and they always gave us a bunch of pucks. I got a bunch one year because the team that I was captain for, we got to second place.
Oh wow.
So they gave us a ton of pucks, a ton of extras. So that's why I'm giving you guys some, because I had like 6 in my box.
That's awesome.
So
love it, man.
But I've got one for 2014 and 2015. So.
I'm going to go ahead and Instagram that out real quick if anybody wants to take a look at it.
You taking the picture?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And then the rest of these I'll just pass around. I'll give a quick story on them. Okay. So Anyang Hala, this was the pro team that I kind of followed in Korea. I got to know some of the players that were imports, like Brock Radunsky. He plays with Team Korea now. He's got dual citizenship.
Okay.
I'm friends with he and his family. Great people. Met Stanley Cup winner Rick Jackman and Mark DeLargo. He played with Boise, Idaho Steelheads.
Yeah,
he
okay.
played with them. So there's that one. And then if you want to pass that down to Corey when you're done there. This next one. Ice Hockey Women's World Championship Sweden, Malmö. I drove from Frankfurt
to Malmö, Sweden.
Yeah, from Frankfurt, Germany to Malmö, Sweden with a buddy from Norway. We went and watched the Women's Worlds.
That's awesome.
Didn't get to see Team USA or Canada because they beat everybody in the prelims, so we saw like Finland, Sweden, Japan, Germany, all those teams.
That trip, so you said you went from Germany to Sweden.
Yeah.
Was that, did you have to take a ferry?
We took we actually took, so it was funny, we didn't take a ferry between Denmark and Sweden. We took a ferry between the northern part of Germany into Denmark because just how it was, geography, it was where the roads were. It was kind of off from mainland Denmark.
Okay.
So we took a ferry like through some of the islands.
Okay.
And then through Copenhagen and then across the bridge. Yeah, it was
the whole Scandinavian part of the world is on my bucket list. So.
Oh, totally.
Chilliwack Bruins inaugural game. This puck was given to me by friends of mine up in Chilliwack.
Chilliwack and Kelowna, 2006.
Yep, that is from the inaugural game for the Chilliwack Bruins. Obviously, they're no longer a team now. They are Victoria.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chilliwack in that state didn't last very long.
No.
In Chile, those guys were actually trying to buy the Americans for the longest time.
That's true.
Ollie and Stu swooped in and got it.
And then
that's cool though.
Now they have the Chilliwack Chiefs in the BCHL.
Yeah.
And those games are fun. I've been to a few of those.
They're actually hosting the RBC Cup this year.
No kidding.
Yep. So that's actually happening like this weekend and next weekend up there.
I'll be in Chilliwack next week.
So
you'll be up there when that's going on.
Maybe. I'm going to see Slayer next week. So.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of inaugural day pucks, my brother in the early 80s or mid 80s was a limo driver, and he happened to be the limo driver for the owner of the AMS.
Like the original owner of the AMS. I don't remember what the guy.
I don't remember his name either.
Nice.
But my brother drove him to the first game, and he gave him one of the game pucks as a tip.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool.
Guess who's got that?
Oh, you got it now?
Yep.
Picture.
Oh, man.
Huh?
Picture.
I got it. Yeah, I'll post it.
Yeah.
I've got it at home in a little case.
I've got Norfolk Admirals inaugural game when they went into the AHL against the Hershey Bears. So
no kidding.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah,
and that's why I think I love going to I collect a lot of these pucks that I get. I collect at the stadium, or people give them to me.
Yeah,
and they all have like some kind of special story behind them. The DEL. I don't know how you say it, but it's the German
Danish Elite League.
It's Deutsch Eishockey Liga. I butchered it. Sorry, German friends.
They're coming after you now.
Yeah,
Because they're listening.
they're listening.
Get 'em
Well,
listening,
you never
dude.
know. Like
You get an international base. Get it out there.
I'm definitely
bro.
getting this to the Wiesbaden Vikings. I'll get the podcast out to them.
Heck
Nice.
I love those guys so much. But yeah, they hold their own kind of like winter classic called the Winter Game.
Nice.
And I went to it in was it Dusseldorf? Yeah, Dusseldorf. And it was so windy. It was so windy that they had to close the roof.
Oh wow.
So it was just kind of like a hockey game in a big like soccer stadium.
That's so funny too, because if you look at their logo, you can get that Winter Classic, Craft
Oh,
Winter
yeah.
Classic
Yep.
vibe off of it.
Yep,
Man. That's
absolutely.
That's funny. Or Bridgestone or whoever does the main sponsor for it.
I got this.
Oh my God! Does it ever?
Yeah. Oh yeah. This one here I got from Nassau Coliseum after the Islanders were eliminated in their last season at Nassau.
Nice.
So I stopped by and picked up a puck.
Did you hear they might be playing back
Yeah,
there again?
they're gonna play
While
like
they're waiting on their new arena.
yeah, and I think it's like 18 games or something. They're expected to play at
Yeah.
Nassau.
So I gotta jump in and realizing that this is a heavily visual medium that we're dealing with.
Yeah.
What's your favorite puck you own? Like, which one means the most to you, and why?
Man, I don't know. There's so many. Like I brought the Vikings one with me.
Yeah.
The Vikings were. I like if you listen to the last podcast, anyone that's listening,
That's all
I,
part
I
of this,
talked
right?
about
That's
yeah,
the team you
oh,
play
yeah.
for at this tournament.
yeah, these guys they made me a manager of the second team, made me a captain. It was an incredible experience. I got to meet a lot of really, really awesome people. Got to help run a tournament. Got to go to different tournaments
That's
in different
awesome.
countries. Like I created some of my best hockey memories with the Wiesbaden Vikings. So, I mean, this one I have many of these, but I mean, this is probably one of my favorites. Is the Vikings
Right
Vikings
on.
puck.
That's awesome.
So, because there's a lot of memories with those guys.
We're sitting here going through it, and I started thinking about, like I've got quite a few pucks.
Yeah.
I have an entire a full set of team pucks from the 88-89 season,
That's sweet.
and which some of those teams aren't even around anymore.
Yeah.
But I've got a full set of those, and I was thinking, what puck means the most to me? And it dawned on me, it's the dumbest thing ever. A couple years ago, Aaron and I
I know where you're going with this one.
we're working with the AMs, doing video stuff, and I was walking into the arena, and I was coming up the Zamboni Road, getting ready to cut up through the stands, and I got beamed in the head by a puck that one of the Portland kids threw.
Oh, because they throw them.
Yeah.
and they try to what they do is they try to. So, anyone listening, what a lot of kids do, not even just like the Portland players,
It's across.
It's across the whole league.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Before the game starts and nobody's really in the building yet, they'll sit on the bench, kind of hang out, relax a little. They'll take the stack of pucks they're supposed to warm up with, and they'll try to they have different games they'll do. They'll either try to land it on a face-off dot, they'll throw it from the bench,
yeah.
and land it on a face-off dot, or what, even more so, they'll arc it up really, really high and try to get it to land on top of the net.
So that's what he was trying to do.
That's what I was thinking.
That's
yeah.
exactly what he was trying to do. And he put some stank on it. But I'm walking, and it just dropped, and it hit me in the hat. Knocked my hat off. It hurt, dude. And I'm like, prepped, I can take a puck. That's fine. I had no idea where this thing was coming from.
Yeah.
So I'm just walking along, and bang! So I get beamed in the head, and I'm like, what the hell? And it left a pretty good goose egg. You remember.
Yeah.
It hit me hard. So I go upstairs, and I get prepped for the game, and it's just my little souvenir. I've got it sitting up there with me on,
Just
on
that
the
plain
computer.
black.
Plain
practice
black,
puck,
and it's
yeah.
got a big
Yeah.
ding right out of the hole right here. But so I'm sitting there, and it was the first game my boys got to go to. So
Oh.
Cash
really?
and Cade,
Okay.
it was
Yeah.
their first game.
You were working that night?
And I was working that night.
Wow.
Linda and Snow
Your boss
took
was
them.
a dick, dude. Good Lord.
But so the boys come, and they're sitting across the arena from me, and Cash actually got drawn for the stick of the night.
Oh, no kidding.
His very first game, Morgan Geeky signed the stick for him.
Yep.
But he got to go out on the ice and get the stick, and they screwed up his name, but whatever.
Oh,
I never
yeah.
let Jeff live that down.
Oh, yeah.
But, kid's giddy as hell. And he comes up and he's just First time seeing hockey live. He'd watched it on TV with me a lot.
It's hard to like up that afterwards.
Yeah,
you know?
but he's just
Yeah.
screaming. He's so happy. He's got the stick, and he tells me, "Dad, they made me part of the team."
Yep, I remember you telling me.
And I was like, "What?" He was like, "They took me on the ice. They gave me a stick. I'm part of the team." And I was like, "Well, I can't really argue with that logic, but okay."
Yeah.
And then Kincaid's standing right next to him, his little brother, just dour, head down, all kinds of sad. And I'm like, "Buddy, what's wrong?" And he was like, "They picked Cash, but they didn't pick me."
Oh,
And so I grabbed that puck that was sitting, and I was like, "Hey, buddy, they left this for you." And he was like, "Oh!" And he still has that puck on his nightstand.
Yeah.
So
that's
that's
awesome.
my favorite puck we've got in the house.
Oh, yeah.
All because some Portland dinger popped me in the head.
It's probably like Cody Glass. Wait, no, Glass wouldn't have been playing that
Fucking
long ago.
course it was.
Well,
Son of a bitch.
And that's the thing with pucks is like, you know, this last one I got here, it's an Amps puck, but it's the first one that came off the ice that I snatched up. After that, any game puck while I was working the ice crew that I had gotten a hold of, I'd toss to a kid in the crowd.
Yeah.
And that is one of the most satisfactory feelings ever. Like,
Yep.
seeing them light up and seeing how excited they get, and watching them like go to their parents like, Dad, look, and you know, like it's actually really cool.
And one
Always
of the
really
most
special.
dick moves is the 40-year-old dudes that will swoop in there and grab them out of the air before the kids can grab them.
Yeah.
If you're one of those douchebags, turn it off right now. I don't want to be a part of you.
No, you're not
anything.
involved in
Guys,
this
that's-
community.
That ain't cool at all. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. So my
Yeah.
wife and I will be watching warm-ups and stuff at different games, and you'll see it happen, and I just get infuriated, you know?
Oh,
So,
dude.
Wasn't it, Ovechkin, I know a few weeks ago, he was tossing all the kids around were grabbing him away from
Oh,
that
yeah.
little girl. That's different. But these 40-year-old guys are like, I got it, and they run away with it and never to be seen again. It's like, really?
Yeah, they'll even go as far as like taking it out of the kid's hands.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, you need to be hit by a bus.
Oh, yeah. It's ridiculous, man.
What do you just ruin this kid's experience?
Yeah.
Like that. This goes from I'm having kind of fun to I love hockey with that puck.
Yep.
And you just take it out of his hands. Like, nope, not today. I'm going to get this autographed and sell it on eBay like a prick.
Yep. Yeah, it's totally true. I'm looking for a picture here. You talked about Cash. The same thing happened with my kid last year, and it sucked because it happened like 3 games left in the regular season. We took him. He gets called to go down on the ice afterwards. I think it was like pink ice last year, not this past season, but the season before. And Austin Playfair had gotten the number 1 star that night.
Oh, nice.
And so this was like late February, you know, season ends a few weeks later. Well, he was all about Austin. There's a picture of it
Real
on our-
quick, because you brought up Austin, I want to shout out to Austin's brother, Dylan.
Why?
Because I'm a Letterkenney fanatic, and I want that son of a bitch to come on this show.
Yeah.
So if
man.
Austin, you hear this, get a word to Dylan to call us.
Austin, my friend, I know you're in the middle of the woods right now playing music and you're living your own life, and I totally think that's cool, but respond to my emails, dude. We need to talk to your brother, okay?
You can come. We want to talk to your dad. We want to talk. Let's go to Thanksgiving.
Hell, we'll even have Jackson on the show if you want, you know? So, no,
We'll have a Playfair Play Fest.
that would be great. That would
I wonder
be
how
great.
often they actually call it that.
I don't know. They're probably never going to talk to us again.
I had
of
to
that.
bug him one time during practice. They were getting off the bench or getting off the ice, and I was on the bench kind of cleaning stuff up. And I was like, hey, what do I got to do to get your brother's show down here? And he was like, dude, I don't even know. I can't get it. Fuck, man. Like, I mean, I could get it on
Corey's
Amazon
got them
now,
all.
but- Well,
A guy I know has them all. I've seen them.
I mean, I saw I can get them on Amazon now, so it's not a big deal.
Oh,
Season
can you?
1 and 2.
Yeah, season 1 and 2.
Season 1 and 2 are
It's on
available.
Amazon.
Yeah.
I even
On
went in
DVD.
and signed up for Crave before I knew that it was a Canadian
Canadian
thing.
only.
Went through the whole process, signed up for it, 7 days
Yeah,
free.
and it still
then
wouldn't
when
work.
it's done, it's like, oh, you live in the U.S.? Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you can't use our thing. I'm like, why didn't you tell me that before?
So they're actually, speaking of Crave, if we have Canadian listeners, call Crave and say, man, I know you just signed an international deal. Let's get the ball rolling.
Yeah, there's an untapped market down here. Trust me.
We came this close. So those guys
That is-
just did a.
It's so fucking funny.
Oh my god, dude! Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like it's not even like a hockey strict show, but it's got a lot of like that humor.
But the hockey humor that's in
hockey
it.
humor is
One
amazing.
win.
The locker room
One
stuff.
win. What do we need? Selfish hockey.
Selfish hockey.
That was
It's a fucking embarrassment. How many times have you heard a coach say that?
I learned a lot of. You know what? It's funny because there was a lot of hockey lingo I didn't know until I saw that show.
And then you start going, oh,
No, it all makes sense.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Like,
Got to get to the dirty areas. Get pucks in deep.
get pucks deep, get pucks to the net.
And if you listen to it now, that's like all you hear anymore, you know? And,
Tarps off, boys.
It was going on before Letterkenney happened, but now even every post-game interview, I'm like, there we go.
So yeah, that's how they are. Have you ever seen? I think it was, it might have been this season. I'm not sure. Where it was just another one of those typical like just same bullshit question interviews with Carey Price, and he's just tired of it. He's tired of answering the same shit every day in and day out. So his answers were just like, "Yep, nope." I feel okay. You know, and they're like, do you even want to be here? And he's like, yep. Like, you don't want to answer these questions? He's like, nope.
not really.
I saw that.
It was
like
hilarious.
Mid-season, yeah. And you could feel the tension in the room. And then he just kind of
he's-
laughed and walked away or whatever.
I mean, he's laughing, they're laughing, but at
Yeah.
the same time, they're like they're just asking him the same dumb, boring. I don't watch interviews. I never
I
watch
don't
interviews.
blame you.
Unless
I
it's the
don't. You're
Penguins
so
after a
fucking
series
boring.
loss, I do watch those. Sorry, I had to throw
Did I
that out
miss
there.
something?
You're still looking
Something
for that
happened?
picture? You just totally got sidetracked with this. Hey, you found it.
Hey. It
After scrolling through the end of,
Nice.
and that's
That's
on
a
our
good
Facebook
picture.
page.
Yeah, it is.
But Mike, really quick to end that story. End of February, Dylan's his favorite player. I'm sorry, Dylan, you don't play hockey, you act. Austin was his favorite player. And then like a month and a half later, Austin announces that he's leaving to go to college. And my kid was devastated. I mean,
yeah.
like tears. I'm like, hey, buddy, after the playoffs were over, we got
Yeah.
swept out by Seattle. I'm like, hey, buddy, just want to let you know Austin's actually not going to be with the team next year. And like, just kind of haha, he starts like full on weeping. My little 8-year-old kid, I'm
man.
like, holy shit, I didn't see that coming. I just wanted to give you a heads up, man.
So to me, dude, and this is going back to growing up with junior hockey as the hockey I was most influenced by. It's hard to wrap your brain around that when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
You idolize these kids. You don't think of them as kids.
No.
Yeah.
You know, these are grown-ass men. Look at that beard. That's
Oh, yeah.
a huge guy, like 17, you know.
Yeah.
But you're like, oh, my God. You know, but you look up to those cats, and they're here for 3, 4 years, 5
at the most.
tops.
Some can squeeze 5 out depending on birthdays. But
Tops. But I mean, like you get connected to those guys, and then they're gone, and you
Yeah.
can follow them, you know, and maybe
Yeah.
you get to follow their career for Carey Price longevity of time. Normally, you don't.
yep.
Yeah.
You know, and it takes a minute to wrap your brain around that when you're a kid, because when you're watching, you know, other sports, you follow a dude for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's your guy, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And so it's an interesting way to grow up in a sport, is learning that early
Yeah.
by following the junior leagues.
Yep. Just
You
like
know.
your friends in high school, they're gonna,
Yeah.
they're gonna be gone after high school and all that stuff. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's a constant cycle. And this year, one of the things I always love to do, and it hurts, but is watching in an elimination game. If your team gets beat, watch the 20-year-olds on the ice. Watch their
yeah.
reaction. That sums up like all the emotions of their 4 or 5 years in junior hockey. Like this
Yeah.
year when Day gave up the goal in overtime and he just goes straight to his knees. It happened 3 years ago against Kelowna.
Yep.
Hammonick's right in front of Comrie as that puck goes in, and they both it's like their life deflates out of them, because
Yep.
they know, okay, that chapter's over with.
It's done.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's really fun to watch.
They had a really nice post on Instagram too.
Calling out Edmonton and Tri-City for his time.
Yeah,
it was
that was really
good.
cool.
He's a class guy, man. And he's gonna do well and bounce back. Not bounce back. He had a great year. I can't even say that. There's nothing to bounce back from. There's nothing to hang his head about. So,
What do you mean, pop around to some hockey news around the Northwest. What's been going on?
Real quick before we do that, did you finish your story? Did we give you a chance to finish your story?
We're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I like this idea because I'm a puck nerd as well. You've been in my office, and that collection's only grown since the last time you were there.
Oh yeah.
Hockey cards for me. Oh God, I spend way too much money on hockey cards. An upper deck all the way, and they're so expensive. But we'll talk more about that.
Well, I come from the comic book action figure collecting world, and so the McFarlane figures were, I mean, but even going all the way back to early starting lineup.
Oh yeah.
I've had hockey figures in my house my whole life.
I can't remember the name of them. They were like the little figures. They weren't quite bobbleheads, but they had like big heads.
Oh yeah.
Big heads and big feet on them, right?
No, well, what were they called? They weren't that tall. Like they were probably like that tall, maybe like this figure right here. Not too tall, but like, oh my God, it's gonna kill me if I don't find this. But I had a bunch of them too. I had like a little Brett Hull. I had a little Dominic Hasek one.
Nice.
Continue. Sorry.
Well, now we're all heading down that pop road.
Yeah.
Kyle's gonna go off to Google.
Dude, that's actually how Kyle and I became friends. Was trying to get him a King Henry.
Oh yeah, the Funko. Funko today. Just I saw Wayne Simmons has his own Funko now.
Yep.
So I'm not a Funko fan. I might have to become a Funko fan for a similar one.
I've got a few, but I got like the good ones. Like I got the Adam West Batman, and I've got Carey Price, Hank Lundqvist.
Yeah. Is that where that Lundqvist ended up? Was with him?
Yeah. No, I got one for you too, and then it ended up selling.
We were recording. It was a year or so ago when we were trying this podcast thing before Corey shows up at my house and to record. And he's like, "Hey man, I've got a Funko King Henry for you." Oh no, we were having coffee downstairs.
Yeah, we were having a coffee downstairs.
So I got a Hank for you. Put it on the desk. We'll use it. And I was like, cool. Of course, we get to talk, and I walk out. Well, like 6 months later, I'm like, oh yeah, you still got that Hank? He's like, no, dude, we sold that a while back.
Yeah,
so,
no,
sorry.
I got in two. One was for him.
Okay,
that's the whole reason. I didn't know they were out.
Oh yeah.
But anybody want to take a guess at the one I've sold the most of?
Kane.
Crosby.
Oh, fucking it.
I had hopes it wasn't Crosby, but
yeah, no.
I was hoping maybe Gretzky, but do you even have a Gretzky?
I haven't seen a Gretzky yet. I haven't seen a Gretzky yet.
They keep putting a few of them out there. Anyway, as Kyle is searching for what the name of those goddamn figurines are, hockey news real quick. Yes, it's a Wednesday right now that we're recording. There is no NHL tonight, but there's a lot of other stuff going on. Everett and Swift Current are in the middle of their battle right now for WHL supremacy to punch their ticket to Regina to
rhymes with fun.
Rhymes with fun to play in the Memorial Cup tournament.
Are we ever going to be able to say the name of that place?
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not.
We'll just acknowledge
it's
that.
Like saying, it's like saying
smirk every time we say it.
You know what? I kind of want to have, instead of a parental advisory, just have a warning locker room talk.
Just say warning Regina.
We might smirk when we say that name from Saskatchewan.
It's like my brother-in-law. Every time we say duty, we look at each other like, he said duty. But anyway, they're in Game 3 was played last night. Game 4 is tonight. Everett came out won Game 1 in Swift Current. At that point, they were like 8-0 on the road. And Game 2, also in Swift Current, they went up 3-0 going into the second or third in that game. And Swift Current ended up coming back and winning that game 4-3.
Right.
With, the mighty Carter Hart in net. Well, last night, back in Everett, Everett's up 2-1. Going into the third, and Swift Current wins 3-2 in overtime on a Captain Glenn Godden natural hat trick. So it's kind of interesting to watch right now. I don't know who I pick at this point to finish it out. Swift Current is a deep team, though, but the Tri-Cities were a deep team as well.
Yeah.
It just seems like the unfamiliarity of the East and the West is getting the best of Everett right now. I don't know what's going on. They don't give up leads, and they've been giving up leads.
I really, really am holding out hope. I want to see him take it. And I do.
When I told you guys last week, I'll be okay with whatever happens. I'd love to see Swift Current win because of the Humboldt thing, and that's really the only reason I have for one.
Right,
Swift Current
which
to win
I
this
get.
Year. If Everett wins, I'm not going to be sad, but I you watch the interviews with the guys and everybody's like, oh, we just hit the reset button, we move on. Well, you got to start worrying a little bit though when you win game 1 on the road and now you've dropped 2 in a row holding leads in both of those games. Can we say Tri-City Americans game 6 5-2 with 10 minutes left, and then Everett comes back to win 6-5?
Right.
Now that's kind of turned around on them. So anyway, that's
glad I wasn't here to watch that.
oh man, it was rough.
I would have been sad.
Yeah. That was hard. That was tough. So anyway, that's going on WHL Championship. I believe by next time we record, we'll have a champion.
Yeah.
Yes. And then once again, we talked about last week. I'm going to just quick shout out again. Wenatchee Wild still rolling. They won their second cup, the Anavet Cup or something like that.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Wenatchee. That's amazing.
They went 13-0 on this run at home, and now they're
That's
playing.
unreal.
Right?
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. And now they're playing in the RBC Cup, which is kind of a conglomerate of all the Canadian Junior Hockey League regions. They bring their teams together. That's in Chilliwack, which always makes me think of chili dog for some reason.
We get Chilliwack
Getting
Bucks
wacky and
over here.
Chilliwacky.
Chilliwacky. But yeah, that's going on up there. I was going to talk, but we will definitely not have time for all this. But if you guys,
Found it.
what is it called?
Headliners.
Headliners. I
Okay.
remember those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of those.
The precursor to the bobblehead, or the alternative bobblehead at that point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now there's kind of like I found there's a Lego Zamboni
Oh yeah.
collection.
Is it Lego or
It's
is
not
it
Lego. It's an off-brand.
Yeah.
But you can
Which
get
is to me, that's heresy. So
what? That it's off-brand.
it's like a Duplo thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, gross.
I don't know. It's still a Zamboni.
that has
dude.
keeping me, because if you go into like shopnhl.com, all the teams have like their little Zambonis and they have their star players with the nets and all that stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah.
every time
Yeah.
I go to hit buy, I see that logo that's not Lego, and I'm like, I can't do it. I
Yep.
can't do
Yep.
it.
Yeah. No, I like the little die-cast Zambonis. I got some up in Calgary for my bosses. They collect them. I haven't started the Zamboni collection yet. I got one on my desk, but that's about it.
That's a whole nother rabbit trail to go down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the puck thing going.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're good. You know, do you
I got
really
like
want to be the
40
guy? That's like an 86.
I've got like 46, 48 jerseys at home. I've got like
That's crazy.
150 pucks.
I've got like 6 jerseys at home, and I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of jerseys. So,
Well, to be fair, a lot of mine.
To be fair. You gotta watch Letterkenney, homie.
Fuck me up.
So
A lot of mine came from Korea, where there's no like copyright laws.
Yeah.
So what they did was I
love
a lot of the
knockoffs.
shops. Yeah, well, they are knockoff jerseys, and they sell them for like $20 a pop, but they look really good because a lot of the logos for like the Reebok Edge jerseys were made in Korea. They were mass produced. I seen the factory.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah.
And they had just this long line, like from here to the wall over there, of this giant sewing machine, and it was just like they were doing Red Wings logos at the time, and I was like. So I bought a bunch. And then actually I could probably bring some in next week. I brought a bunch of the logos from like just random teams.
just the patches?
Yeah,
Just the logo patches?
Yeah, and they're
Dope,
like,
dude.
They were like 30 cents a pop.
Holy
And so what they
crap.
did was, if there was any kind of defect with the any minor little defect on these patches, then they just sell them, or they'd put them on random jerseys and sell them off as they made them look really good.
Yeah.
because they had the patches.
That's awesome.
So you just get a jersey scheme going, and there you go. So I bought a lot of jerseys when I was in Korea.
That's fantastic. Never tell you. I think I've told you my story
Were
about
we
my Red
driving
Wings
to the
jersey.
arena one day and you told, I thought it was a Gretzky jersey.
No, it was my Red Wings jersey.
No, you didn't tell me this one.
No, the Gretzky jersey is a different story than I think
Yeah.
what you're thinking of. I was in Las Vegas on a family trip, and we were at this flea market, and I found a Red Wings jersey, away white, like nice jersey. I'm super. Did I say away white?
Yeah. You did.
Bong. Anyway, I'm a boner. So I get all excited because the dude wanted $40 for these jerseys.
Authentic or
Dude wanted $40 for these jerseys.
yeah?
So yeah, authentic.
Okay.
100% only
Okay.
support. Yeah.
Air quotes.
Well, you said flea market. I'm
Authentic.
thinking like a second-hand one or something.
So no, the fleet. Well,
He was selling them as brand new.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, for $40.
Gotcha.
And it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. But I was like 14 or 15 at the time, and I left my money with my mom. And so I had to go track my mom down.
Yeah.
And I came back, and there's my little sister wearing that fucking jersey.
Oh God.
And she was like, it's just so cool. I had to buy it. And I was like, I was going to get my money. And it was the only Red Wings one he had. And I just lost my mind.
That's the day I punched my sister.
Was she even a Red
yeah.
Wings fan?
No, she just
thought
wanted
it
to piss
looked
me
cool.
off.
So glad I was an only child.
Oh man.
She bought it literally to make
Just
me
to spite
mad.
you.
Yeah.
Just to spite you.
And then she felt guilty later and bought me a Princess Leia figure for like $12
But she kept
or
the
something like
fucking
that.
jersey?
No, she kept the.
You ain't getting the jersey, but here's Leia.
I was so mad at her. Oh my God, I've never been so mad.
Yeah.
Oh,
I stole it from her shortly after we got home.
Good.
Like
You
don't
have it
deserve
now.
this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
It's 200 pounds ago. It doesn't fit me anymore. But
Yeah. Here's my fun jersey story real quick. We got to wrap this up soon. But 2 or 3 years ago, we're at the Pink Ice game at the arena, Americans and whoever they were playing. But so for those of you that don't know, the Americans, when they do Breast Cancer Awareness Night, they auction off all the game worn jerseys. And there's a silent auction happening outside, whatever. So. I'm outside talking to my in-laws that had come with us that night, and my wife comes out. She's got this look on her face. She's just like, hand over her mouth, and I said, "What?" She goes, "Do we have like $400 to spare?" And I looked at her and I was like, "What the hell did you do?" "Well, I just bid on Eric Comrie's game worn jersey." And it's at $400. Oh, well, okay. It's Eric Comrie. It's his last season here. You'll get outbid, so don't count on it. Well, about halfway through that period, her phone rings. "Hi, Anya Piper. This is so-and-so with the Tri-Cities Cancer Center. I just want to let you know you won the jersey." And she looks at me. She's like, "So we're good with $400? I'm like, "Baby, I have never, ever paid $400 for a jersey before, let alone a junior player jersey." So $400, and it's hanging in our closet right now. We still haven't put it in a case. So, but Connor, it still has the black puck marks on it from
that's
stopping
awesome.
the puck. He signed
You got
it
to keep
the
those
back.
on there, though. You got to keep them on there.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, when they called her, they said they run them through dry cleaning, obviously afterwards, and they said, "But don't worry, the scuff marks will still be on there." And she looked at me like, "I don't understand what the scuff marks." And I'm like, "Well, that makes it authentic for one thing, because
Yeah.
they can
Oh,
see it
yeah.
was used in a game. Don't ever take the scuff marks off. You paid $400 for that motherfucker. Scuff marks and all are coming with it."
Yep.
So that's my
Blood,
puck story.
Scuff marks.
Yeah.
So we got a little deeper, a little personal on this episode, but that
Yeah, it was good.
All right,
fun.
I'm having a good time.
It was fun.
I do
We'll
want to
probably pepper in more of that.
One final quick question:
Go for it.
Winnipeg or Nashville?
I got Nashville. I think, and I think for me personally, the reason is what Nashville did in Winnipeg. If Winnipeg was going to win it, that was their shot to win it. in
Agreed.
6.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I think realistically it'd be Nashville, but I kind of want Winnipeg. I mean, either way, it's just
I think it'd be cool.
it's just the Golden Knights' next victim.
and congrats to the Golden Knights. I don't think we've talked about that since last
Oh
week,
my
because that
God.
series wasn't over. Just tearing
Dude,
it up.
you know
I could do
what?
an entire episode
Fleury.
talking about them.
If it keeps going, we're going to have to do a whole episode honoring the new Stanley Cup champions here soon. if
The
it doesn't
one,
stop.
what I've been digging, dude, and
I love that hat,
I
by the
do. Well,
way.
that's a nice hat. I've been digging. There's actually Hulu got in bed with the NHL this year, and if you're trying out their NHL or their live TV feed, which I think is $11.99 a month,
on top of
we
or
are not
total?
affiliated with Hulu, but we gladly take your money.
That's you, Hulu, not our loyal
Yeah.
listeners.
Yeah. We need to sponsor anyway, but whatever their live TV stream service is, you can watch NHL live now.
Yeah.
Through that, which is fantastic. But there's a commercial that pops up during every other episode break that just starts with that Knights logo. Just right in your face, and every time I'm like, I need the live TV thing.
Yeah. No, congrats. I mean, they're doing awesome, man. It's been a great story, and it just keeps going on. And the real story, I mean, all the guys down there, but Marc-Andre Fleury, man.
Aaron, you want to give them a taste of where they can get a hold of us and talk to us and listen to the podcast and maybe reach out and get some swag?
I can, and I'm going to say thank you to the people that did reach out last week, which was fun, especially you, Brad, and I don't remember where you live, but he reminisced with us about how he started in hockey with NHL 95.
Dope.
And I believe his first game, if he told me, was at the Boston Garden, the old Boston Garden.
Wow.
So, Brad, you're one of our heroes.
We got some envy for you, brother.
Yeah, so Facebook, Instagram, Twitter is the best place to find us on social media. You can also get us on iTunes for the episode. You can get us on SoundCloud, YouTube, Libsyn. It's all over the place right now. If you want some of our swag, and I do have to throw a teaser out there, next week is Design Week, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Not for our podcast. I'm not really going to talk a whole lot about it, but next week is Design Week. So there'll be some new things coming soon. But buriedpuckthreads.com is a good place, or hello@buriedpuckthreads.com if you want to email us directly.
Excellent. Also available on all the social medias.
All the social medias.
Following you at Buried Puck on Twitter and Instagram.
Yep, at Buried Puck on Twitter, and then Buried Puck Threads on Instagram and Facebook.
Kyle's available on the Twitch and
big shout out to my Twitch followers too. A lot of them tuned in, a lot of them listened, and they really enjoyed it. So
awesome.
Thank you guys. I hope you guys keep listening.
Thank you and welcome.
Like, subscribe, and share, man. Spread the word.
Yeah, enjoy hockey with us up here in the Northwest.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Where can they follow you, Kyle?
Twitch.tv/Housenstein.
Housenstein?
I am by far the best Zamboni driver on Twitch. Probably the only one.
That's
by far the
fucking
best.
certifiable, actually.
Hey, that's our claim to fame. We have the only Zamboni driver on Twitch.
That's right.
Yep.
Nailing it.
And then when one guy tries to do what I'm doing, we go find him.
We'll just be like, fake news. Fake news.
We get our ninja clan together. We go down and burn down his village.
I love it.
Done. I got a samurai mask right now.
I've got that Oni mask from Overwatch.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I've got that. So
Corey, tell us who's allowing us to do all this.
Buried Puck Threads presents Cascadia Hockey is a presentation of AU Radio Studios in conjunction with Buried Puck Threads, and brought to you every week from AU Radio Studios right here in Richland, Washington.
Beautiful.
So, for Kyle and Aaron, my name is Corey Gaston. We hope you guys have a fantastic night.
to be fair,
later days. You can cross fuck off.
I'm so glad I didn't hit stop yet.